The Lady Rockets of Okawville are eyeing their third state championship in 11 years, but Pana has some hardware plans of their own. The game's on the IHSA television network. Chicago Hope awaits the winner of this game, Pana and Okawville. This is a tall order basketball game. You have 3 6-foot players out here in Class A girls basketball. Here to size the rest of it up, the old coach, Chuck Blake, and the announcer, Lee Hall. Gentlemen.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Well, an exciting first game. Looked like Hope was going to run away with it there, but Hampshire came back and made a run at them. Now we have a couple of teams from the southern part of the state, Okawville and Pana. Okawville kind of coming in under the radar with their 10 losses. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. But these two teams kind of contrasting styles coming in, Chuck.
Right, Pana is going to want to go 94 feet here on the big floor and get after it as much as they can. And we know for a fact that Okawville wishes to sit back as long as they can and stay in that zone and try to control the boards.
Played a tough zone last night, did the Lady Rockets. Let's take a look at the road to normal. First for Pana, they got by two-time defending state champ Carrollton in the sectional semifinal. Then had a pretty easy time with Piasaw Southwestern, beat Columbia in the super sectional, and a tough, hard-fought 64-58 win over Carthage last night. For the Lady Rockets, they beat Sparta in the sectional semis. Then it was Nashville, a 4-point game there. They beat Massac County out of Metropolis easily in the super sectional, and then a 22-point win last night over Gilman Iroquois West. And now we talk about key players to this ball game. First for Pana, it all is inside for the Lady Panthers.
Right, I'd say that in order for Okawville to win this game, they're going to have to get after Julianne McMillan. The kid just played her heart out last night. She's got some tremendous inside moves. Any young player ought to watch her that wants to be a post player because she can go to the basket.
And for Okawville, surprising freshman Jill Wolf, who's really come on lately.
Right, a girl that started the season on the JV team and actually has moved up to varsity because of injury and has just really played a whale of a tournament series, according to her coach.
She had 16 points last night. Of course, Bethany Bornpole and Katie Hossider will have a lot to say about what happens in this game for Okawville as well. Let's talk about keys to this game. Okawville taking on Pana here today. First for Pana.
Well, we're calling it the prime ministers because we've got two girls, McMillan and Chamberlain, and just like world leaders, they're going to have to be the leaders on the floor tonight in order for them to win.
Are you a history teacher?
Yes, I am. You figured that out. And also, we're looking at the assists. We think the guard assist play is going to be critical for Pana. It's been that way all year. In fact, last night, Wendy Kinsley had 9 assists herself. So they'll probably want to continue to do that. And then obviously their transition game that is keyed so much by McMillan, a kid that can actually get out, start the fast break, and end it for him.
Now Okawville, how do they go up against that fast break style of Pana?
Well, we're staying in the zone because they're going to run several zones trying to stop the inside people of Pana. It's worked for them all year. They would continue to do so, I assume, tonight. They'll need their usual up-tempo game on offense. They're going to push it. We know that Hassider will get the ball down the floor and get it positioned as soon as possible. And also, adding to that, we know that Hassider is going to be a factor in this ball game because of, again, incredible athlete, the last of the Hassider sisters and cousins to go through that program.
All right, Chicago Hope is in, and now it'll be Pana taking on Okawville for the right to represent Southern Illinois in tonight's state championship game. Okawville, their third Elite Eight in the last 5 seasons. Pana, no stranger to the Elite Eight either, especially with a veteran coach like Kerry McVickers. He's a first-year head coach at Pana, but he has been to the Elite Eight before, brought the Williamsville boys to the Elite Eight back in 1991 and won 40 games in 2 seasons for Nokomis. So this should be a good one.
Right, and he says there's no difference between coaching boys and girls. You just have to occasionally tell the girls you love them.
They love them in Pana. They love them in Okawville. Good crowd on hand. All wearing orange and blue today. Half of the teams down here in the Elite Eight wearing the orange and blue, and that's our team colors too. Let's go ahead to our PA announcer for today's starting lineups.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups and coaches in our second semifinal game of the day between the Lady Panthers of Pana High School and the Lady Rockets of Okawville High School. For Pana, a 6-foot junior forward, number 11, Kristen Chamberlain. For Okawville, a 5'6" senior guard, number 12, Katie Hassider. For Pana, a 5'6" junior guard, number 21, Elise Easton. For Okawville, a 5'10" junior forward, number 32, Erin Albers. For Pana, a 5'8" junior guard, number 24, Kim Byers. For Okawville, a 5'6" junior guard, number 34, Caitlin Lake. For Pana, a 5'4" senior guard, number 25, Wendy Kinsey. For Okawville, a 6-foot junior forward, number 35, Bethany Bornpole. For Pana, a 5'10" senior center, number 42, Julianne McMillan. And for Okawville, a 6'1" freshman center, number 41, Jill Wolf. The Pana Lady Panthers enter the game with a 31-2 season record and are coached by Kerry McVickers. He's assisted by Nancy Beaudry, Paul Donahue, and Brandy Byers-Hamilton. The Okawville Lady Rockets bring a 24-10 record into the contest and are coached by Kathy Lanter. She's assisted by Norman McCauley and Eric Helbig.
All right, let's take a look once again at those starting lineups. For the Pana Panthers, it's Kristen Chamberlain and Alice Easton at the forwards. Julianne McMillan, she's the one to watch in the middle, and at guards, Kim Byers and Wendy Kinsey. For Okawville, it's Erin Albers, and of course their leading scorer, Bethany Bornpole. Jill Wolf, the freshman, at the center. Katie Hassider, we talked about in the open, and Caitlin Lake at another guard for Okawville. 24-10, and there's a look at our officials for today's game. Jerry Hebler, Ronald Kotzner, and Brad Sally. Congratulations to them.
I'd say Kim Byers is a girl to watch for in this game because of the fact that we're going to see some zone defense, most likely from Okawville, and she's the one girl that can open it up and get McMillan some decent looks if she can hit anything from the outside.
Yeah, you would think with that zone for Okawville, they might have a better chance at hitting some outside shots. We anticipate that they will kind of pack it in against the two big girls for Pana. The Panthers win the tip. And there's that zone. Looks like a 2-3 for Okawville to start.
I thought McMillan looked real good against double teaming last night, so I assume she can do the same thing against the zone today.
That is McMillan as they go high-low post. She puts it up off the glass, off the dribble, and misses. Easton had the rebound, gets it back. They get it to McMillan, and she scores. Averaging 21 points a game. Panthers open in the man-to-man. Pana 32-2. There are only 2 losses this season to Teutopolis. Okawville almost turns it over. There's Caitlin Lake with it at the point. Now Hassider on the wing, looking to create from there. Tried to do a little pick and roll with Jill Wolf, but it wasn't open. Jill Wolf, just a freshman, number 41 for the Lady Rockets. Here's Hassider. Tough move into the lane, and she's fouled.
All right, here was something that Coach McVickers had talked about as the job he thinks that Wendy Kinsey is going to have to do, keeping Hassider from getting into the basket.
Wendy Kinsey picks up the foul. It's on the shot, and Hassider goes to the line. 70% free thrower, 5'6" senior. She had 15 points, 8 assists in last night's 22-point victory over Iroquois West.
If you notice that brace on her right foot is one of the reasons that Wolf got to play early and get some experience. And she had to sit out for several games.
Hostsider missed 11 games without her. Okawville was 5-6 with her. They're 19-4, so that's kind of how they got in under the radar this season. Unranked, but probably one of the better teams in state with Hostsider in the lineup. That three no good by Kim Byers, and Okawville brings it the other way. Look inside for Wolf. Instead, Hostsider for three, off the mark. And good hustle. Oh, my goodness. I think that's Bornpole who went into press row. She gets up and gets a nice hand from the crowd. Limps out of press row. That's how the guys that sit in press row walk all the time.
Well, Bornpole was mopping the floor last night. I think those kids under the basket thought she was taking their job away from the way she ended up on the floor, so she's just taking up where she left off.
Wendy Kinsey was lucky for Pana. She actually hit the table and stayed on top of the table. Bornpole went right around it, and her shot goes around the rim and out. Played 2 minutes, tied at 2. Semifinal action from Redbird Arena in Normal. Easton up and good.
Nice shot, and that's just the thing that can take the pressure off of Chamberlain McMillan.
Excuse me, Elise Easton. Bornpole with it. She averages 15 and a half a game, and now back to Hostsider. She resets. Very patient Okawville team. They will run the half-court offense, not rush anything. Hostsider again behind the three-point line. This is her first couple of shots.
It's one of the smallest girls on the floor clearing that board for him.
Yeah, Kinsey just 5'4".
And then you have the tallest girl on the floor shooting a three.
Pana now 2 for 5 from the floor. Okawville still hasn't hit a field goal. And a turnover. It's 4-2 Pana. This IHSA broadcast brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
It means a lot. We've been together since this summer, our team, and we've bonded real well, so it means a lot for us to make it this far.
And there you get a look. Pana on Route 51, just south of Decatur. Okawville, not a far drive from St. Louis, maybe an hour or so.
Mutual opponent, both of them have played this year to topless. And neither one of them fared that well. There was a double overtime game for
They lost that game, but it was kind of a step forward because they lost by something like 20 or 30 to them earlier in the season. Pana the early 4-2 lead. Of course, the boys team, you might remember, went to state a couple of years ago, finished second. So Pana no stranger to the Elite Eight. Just in off the bench, that's Janelle Kuhn. Okawville still 0 from the floor, 0 for 4.
I thought Kuhn played a strong game off the bench last night for Okawville.
5 points, 3 rebounds, played 23 minutes off the bench. Pana unable to score that time down. Be interesting to see how these two teams fare today and then again tonight. They played the night games last night. That fatigue factor could weigh heavily before it's all over. Midway through the first quarter, it's 4-2 Pana, and Hostsider turns it over.
And I also say you add that extra 10 feet in the middle of the floor, it does make a difference. Of course, right now the kids have a lot of adrenaline, and they'll just try to keep up that pace.
The winner here gets #1 Chicago Hope. They held off a determined Hampshire team in game 1. McMillan from outside. She's going to try and move her game out against that zone, unsuccessfully so far.
That shot up and off by Aaron Albers. Kuhn puts it on the floor. And Okawville now 0 for 6.
If you remember early in the game, Chamberlain took an outside 3, and I think both of these kids are moving outside just to try to stretch the zone a little bit.
That's Byers. Both teams cold to start this second semifinal. Redbird Arena awash in orange and blue here. Both teams sporting those school colors. 3 minutes left now, first quarter. Hossider for 3, and she heats it up.
And again, according to Coach McVickers, he thinks that that Wendy Kinsa is going to be a big key to try to contain her and stay with her through this game.
Okawville. The O no longer stands for O from the floor. Inside, McMillan scores her second basket. Sider walks it across midcourt. Okawville not in any hurry. Here's Q. Nice give to the freshman, Jill Wolf.
One thing Coach McVickers said this morning is that Jill Wolf had basketball arms, and she showed him right there. Reached out and grabbed that ball. She does have a nice long set of arms.
Well, Dad's 6'11", so she comes by it naturally. For the latest in IHSA basketball, go to www.ihsa.org. Boys, girls, you can check dual team wrestling this weekend. I mean, you can check it all right there. It's free.
Ed McMahon used to say that's probably everything you ever want to know.
Everything you'd ever want to know. Did you know Ed McMahon was a commentator on IHSA basketball in the past? And a whistle on the drive by Bornpole. Here you get a look at Kerry McVickers, his first year as head coach at Pana, but he is a veteran coach, 2 years in Nokomis, 22 years as a varsity head coach, 203 wins as the boys coach at Williamsville. Bornpole, the lefty, up and good, 70% free thrower. And there's Kathy Lanter, 17 seasons, 407 wins at Okawville, including state championships in '94 and 2000. Second one off the mark.
She has great teams, and she always seems concerned on the sideline. Or seldom relaxes.
Yeah, she never quit working last night in a 22-point win either. Pana now down 2 with the ball. Byers shot no good. Doing a good job of moving the ball. McMillan gets an inside look, but no good.
I'd like to see her finish off at the basket a little more. She's falling away, and I don't really think she needs to.
Hossider got a little bump on the arm. She scores anyway, 7 points. Okawville now with a 4-point lead. McMillan travels.
I asked Coach Lanner this morning if she's going to play zone defense, and she said, of course. She didn't think she could handle McMillan one-on-one.
I tell you what, last night it was almost like watching a ballet. It was just beautiful to watch their zone shift and just all move at once. Wolf on the offensive glass. She had 16 points, 8 rebounds in last night's win over Iroquois West.
That's where those basketball arms came in right there.
It's a 7-0 run for Okawville. Bounce pass inside, and that's Kristen Chamberlain, her first 2.
And McMillan drew a lot of attention, so that was wide open down the baseline.
Whistle in the backcourt goes against Pana. It's on Elise Easton, her first. Second appearance for the Pana Lady Panthers. They lost in the quarterfinals in '96. As we mentioned, the boys finished second in 2001. Length of the floor pass to Hossider. She runs it down and brings it back out. Then quickly inside to Bornpole, misses. Gets her own rebound. And now she's fouled. The reach in on Kim Byers. That's 3 team fouls now on the Panthers. Check that, 4 team fouls.
Well, the big difference there is 2-0 yet for Okawville, and that's again because of that zone. They're able to sit back and watch.
Hossider couldn't hang on to the pass inside. Here comes Pana, down 4 now. Chamberlain, it's off the mark. And it'll be Okawville ball on the alternating possession.
This was quite reminiscent of Pana last night. The big girls inside were missing early, but when it came late, they were not.
Pana the full court pressure.
Yep, we got to push off him.
And it goes against Katie Hossider. She says, hey, I was being held. I had to push off.
I'll tell it to the judge, right?
That's right. Coach Lantner pleading her case as well, to no avail.
If she gets that official to change his mind, then I want to talk to her how she did that.
Might learn a little something today, huh? 17.9 seconds left, first quarter. Pana will hold for the last shot. Byers gets it into McMillan. She's triple teamed. And here comes Bornpole with it. Got a hand on the arm there, no call.
Well, we could have had one the other way, so
yeah. 12-8 our score. Okawville the 4-point lead early. Back after this local break. And we are back at Redbird Arena. Start the second quarter. Okawville leading Pana in our second semifinal. There's a look at common opponents for Okawville and Pana. Teutopolis both lost, but we were mentioning Pana lost by 25 and then came back and lost in double overtime later in the season. So they did get better. Both teams beat Salem.
Coach McVickers looks at that double overtime loss as a big turning point because they came back 2 hours later and beat Chatham-Glenwood, a really good double-A school. Thought the kids showed a lot of heart.
Aaron Alder's shot is off the mark. That was at the Charleston Holiday Tournament. Chatham-Glenwood still alive in Class AA. 12-8 the Okawville lead. Here's a three-point try up and good. Kim Byers, her 25th of the season.
Could be important if they can just make that defense step out another step on it.
She gets the Panthers within 1. Wolf posts up inside. Bank shot no good. And the rebound for Julianne McMillan, averages 9 a game. Brings it up. How about that? Your post player bringing it up the floor. She's got the green light to do that.
Right, she did that a lot last night.
Nice move. Faked it. She's gone inside every time, and she faked it that time, and they bit, and she went down to the block and scores. Pana back up by 1. And the whistle goes against Kristen Chamberlain, her second.
Well, I asked Coach McVickers about her post moves. Did she go to any expensive camps? He said, heck no, she's got 11 brothers and sisters, and just staying alive in the barnyard was enough to teach you some post moves and head fakes. Very good head fakes. Just really doesn't move her body, but gets her shoulder and head into it enough to draw the defense.
11 kids, and she's right in the middle. God bless her mother and father. 13-12, the Pana lead. A couple of minutes into the second quarter here, second semifinal. Kuhn looks inside for Okawville. Puts it on the floor, gives to Wolf. She can't control. And she's whistled for the foul as she stayed after it, but made contact.
I noticed that McMillan came down on her ankle a little funny after an earlier rebound. She just sort of has a grimace on her face like right now. She's wearing a brace, so she may have done a little something to her. I doubt if she's going to ask to come out.
Jenny McMillan, Julianne's younger sister, into the lineup now for Pana. That shot partially blocked. Jenny McMillan, number 32, she's a sophomore.
Now, Ann Penstone said that you're the television nut, and there was a McMillan and wife, and we should have a McMillan and sister.
I was thinking that earlier today. That's right.
Be the sequel.
That one blocked. Wolf got the block. And then let's see who got the foul. There's the highs and lows of it for Pana. 85 against Staunton, 35 in that early season loss to Totopolis.
Means very little right now. They're just ready to play basketball.
Janelle Kuhn whistled for the foul. It sends McMillan to the line, 74% free thrower. She was a perfect 11 of 11 at the line last night. She keeps her streak alive. She's got 8 points, and it's a 3-point Pana lead. Kuhn for 3. Another whistle inside. Aggressive play on the glass, but Okawville whistled again for the foul. There's the highs and lows of it for Okawville. 88 against Woodlawn, 35 against Nashville.
35 must be the automatic low for everyone.
Easy, ladies, knock it off.
Correction, that last foul on 35, Bethany Bourne-Cole.
Carleton won the state championship with 22 points, so I don't think you really need to worry about it.
Bourne-Cole whistle for that last foul. Here's a 3, up and no good by Kim Byers. Wolf the rebound. Quickly ahead, can Albers catch up to it? No.
There's another example where Wolf's basketball arms came into play. She just outreached everybody for that rebound. Fast break was initiated nicely and just couldn't finish it.
Whistle down low, defensive foul on Bourne-Cole. That's 2 quick ones on her.
Now that call might have been set up in the last timeout because I know Coach McVickers was making some comments to the officials. He might have said something like, hey, maybe we could just watch inside play. If you treat them politely, sometimes you can get those calls.
She replaces Bethany Bourne-Cole.
Aaron Albers checks in. And the 3 is up and good. That's Kim Byers. Her second 3. And it's all Pana here in the second quarter. They're on a 10-0 run. Ossider ends it with the 3. Ossider now with 10. Inside, that's little sis McMillan. She misses. .4:15 to go here, second quarter. Pana by 3. Ossider way behind the arc. That one's short. And a pretty quick whistle on the travel there as 2 Pana girls had hold of it. I think it was the 2 sisters. You know how they argue over things.
Right.
18-15, Pana with the lead. Back after this network break. And Kathy Lantner's team on a 5-game win streak, their last loss to a team out of Missouri. And they're getting hot at the right time. They need 6 straight to make it to the state title game tonight. Wolf, nice high-low pass, and it's Jenny McMillan whistled for the foul.
Now, one thing I was about to mention, and I thought they did an excellent job last night, is Pana positioned so well inside. Now there they got caught over the back, but they get there with their feet. They try to get there ahead of the pass, and it makes all the difference in the world.
Okawville inbounds, down 3. No, check that. Amy Albers fouled on the inbounds.
Pana foul on 32, Jenny McMillan, her second.
That's on Jenny McMillan. She picks up 2 in less than 30 seconds.
2 shots.
Amy Albers just 34% at the line this season.
I'm sure that Coach Vickers is going to try to go with Byers because, again, she's the girl that can stretch the defense right now.
Bounces that one, no good. Okawville back within 2 now. They led by 6 early. That's Kinsey tying it up and nailing it from 3. She had a good look that time.
She just trimmed her toenails this morning. That would have been a 3. She was just right on that line. The official caught that immediately.
It is a 2. Nice post pass. Wolf with the bucket. She's got 6. And very patient, getting some good looks against his zone, although now they turn it over. Kuhn goes to the floor with it, rolls around. Jenny McMillan gets it. Now they get it to her big sister, Julie. Nice pass. Wendy Kinsey, it works out. McMillan's got 10. Wolf tries to post up. High-low to her. Off the glass and good. She can make those all day.
All right, there's those arms again. Just gets them up and just impossible to get that ball away from her. She's going to get a nice look inside them.
She's got a brother playing college ball over at Lindenwood College in St. Charles, Missouri. Okawville ball on the missed shot by Pana. She's got another brother, John, that was playing ball at SIU Edwardsville. He's had to call it quits because of several injuries and surgeries.
I thought basketball was a non-contact sport.
That's what they told me. Kuhn travel.
Good play. Easton got her hand on that ball and put it right on her knee, and there was really nothing Kuhn could do about it. So
she did a good job of staying with it, though, even though she was whistled for the travel. Kind of a quiet crowd here this afternoon as we approach the 2-minute mark of the first half. 2-point ball game.
Come to their conclusion that the Pana crowd is in blue and orange.
Nice pass, nice move. Julianne McMillan averages 21 a game. She's over halfway there. And another foul on, but that's on Jenny McMillan. That's her 3rd. It is.
It is. Well, anyways, I was saying, I think the Pana crowd is in blue and orange, and the Okawville crowd is in orange and blue, I think. That's my conclusion.
Very acute observation, Mr. Blake. Very nice. Amy Albers at the line. She's 1 of 2 there today. 5'8" freshman. Sister of Aaron. Well, sister's couple of cousins on this Okawville team. Albers hits them both, and it's back to a 2-point game. Kinsey tries it again. Top of the key. That was a little long. They get the long rebound. McMillan puts it on the floor. That's Elise Easton, no good. McMillan had the rebound. Wincing as she goes down.
I think that ankle's bothering her.
And the whistle's on Jill Wolf.
Foul 42, Julia McMillan. Her first.
They're calling on
Check it, it's
McMillan.
on McMillan.
It's insult to injury. It was hurt on the play and with the foul call.
Pana this half.
She's definitely favoring that ankle. She's worked a brace on it already.
I think it comes out of the first quarter. I watched her pull a rebound down and just grimace, and I just don't think she's really recovered from it.
The freshman Jill Wolf, just a 45% free thrower, misses her first one. Pana will bring it back out. Or try to anyway. Elise Easton almost lost it. A little over a minute left, second quarter, 24-22. Pana, that three up and off the mark by Byers. And a whistle inside. A lot of fouls inside on the glass.
That last fast break by Pana was stopped because Katie Hashire directed traffic. I was trying to get point guards to do that. She told her teammates where she wanted.
Albers, her first. 16 foul.
It was on Erin Albers, her first. 16 fouls now on Okawville. Off the mark that time. And the good rebound by Erin Albers. Kuhn got ahead of the crowd, but Hossider threw it outside, and Kuhn went to the basket instead. That's 8 turnovers now on Okawville.
Well, you even see NFL quarterbacks do that occasionally.
She zigged when she should have zagged. Under a minute to go now. Pana with the ball in a 2-point lead. The winner plays number 1, Chicago Hope, for the state title tonight.
Now, Payne's kind of gone to a 1-2-2 offense, so they can do some skip passes and post both of these McMillan girls.
Kristen Chamberlain, their second leading scorer, has been on the bench most of the second quarter with 2 fouls. Pana holding for the last shot here. Chance to go into the locker room with perhaps a 4 or 5 point lead if they can make the last shot. 7 seconds left. They'll put it in action here. Inside,
Good
McMillan. And again, the nice move, fake inside and go around her. That one won't count if it goes. 26-22.
I think that made McMillan's ankle feel a lot better. She waved her fist in the air and really ran down the floor, I think.
14 of the 26 Pana points here in the first half. And the Panthers lead it by 4. Let's go over to Jim Albrecht. He's with Carrie McVickers.
Thank you very much, Lee. Carrie McVickers, the head coach of Pana. You can't run it any better than that in the final minute.
No, they did a great job running the clock there at the end. I think it was 55 seconds. We executed perfectly. It's amazing in this game, when you do things right, good things happen.
What about Julian McMillan's ankle? It seems to be bothering her somewhat. I know she's a gamer, but are you concerned?
Well, I'll tell you what I think it is she's got an ingrown toenail, and it looked like it got stepped on down here. And about once every 2 games that happens, and you said it right, she is a gamer, but I'm sure it's her ingrown toenail, and that's not any fun to have. If nobody does step on it, they hurt.
You're dealing with their size fairly well. Wolf is scoring, but is the key the point guard for them? Are you doing a good enough job on her?
Well, I told her the whole game, you got to contain her. Then she stops from NBA 3 and knocks one down. Hit another one about 2 feet behind the line. But I told her the timeout, she was so concerned about that. And I said, you know what? If she's going to hit them from NBA 3s and they beat us, we'll take our chances. So I'd still rather stop her penetration, because when she penetrates, she makes too many things happen.
1 half away from a championship. Go to that locker room and come out fired up.
Well, just like I told you last night, those first 4 minutes of the third quarter is what it's all about. So we want to control that, and we've done a good job of it all year. So I hope we can do it at least one more time this year.
Coach, thanks. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
That is Coach McVickers from Pana. We're back after these local messages. It's a great day outside the Redbird Arena, but it's shining inside, especially if you're Pana trying to get to that championship game against Chicago Hope tonight. We'll bring you the third place game, of course, and the Class A state championship. So keep it here on the IHSA television network. Standing by with me right now is Deb Derby. Deb has a very special job. Well, she has a couple. She's principal of Hume Shiloh High School, but she's also on the IHSA Sportsmanship Committee. And what you folks do during a state tournament is actually go around and see how fans are behaving.
Correct. We look for the competitive fan, but also the good sport. The one that applauds at the proper time. We look at players. Do they help each other out? Are they positive within their own team? And are they a positive role model for everyone that's watching the game?
And of course, today's fans, as good as they can be, still are influenced by what they see on a whole lot of different venues. And I guess you just got to keep a check on that, because sometimes enthusiasm crosses that fine line, doesn't it?
Correct. We look for the people that aren't criticizing the officials, criticizing their coaches, or criticizing their own players. We want the ultimate perfect fan out here, being the role model for everyone, and also encouraging other people to behave correctly.
So you guys get together during the course of this evening, decide what team will get a sportsmanship banner, what team's fans will. You can give out 8, you can give out 3, you can give out 0.
That's correct. Everything's judged upon themselves. We do not compete against one-to-one. Everything is judged upon their fans only.
So can I, like, get one? Because I could use one.
You could probably get one. You're a good sport.
So are girls fans better than boys fans?
It's hard to decide. It all depends on the attitude of when they get in here.
And you do it for all sports. I would assume, you know, like football being the aggressive sport that it is, I wonder if that bleeds over into the stands.
Yes, it does. It is an individualized sport. These banners are given for every activity that the IHSA sponsors.
Now, how does the team itself fit into all this? I mean, if you have an unruly team, that could probably also have an effect on the fans.
There's 3 categories we judge each team on. One is the coach's ability. Are they criticizing the officials? Are they a positive person with their own team and the team they're playing? The next category is the players themselves, and the last and all least is the crowd. How does the crowd play in the role?
But you can do everything but throw a technical, right? I mean, they don't give you that power, do they?
They don't give us that power.
Well, Deb, thank you so much for stopping by, and of course you'll be awarding those banners tonight. Any hints? Somebody going to get one?
There's possibly somebody going to get one.
All right, thank you very much. That, of course, is Deb Derby on the floor here of the Redbird Arena. We are at the half. Pana is leading Okawville by 4. Still another half left to go. Don't go away. Plenty of basketball yet to happen here on the IHSA Television Network. We're back after these local messages.
Lee Hall, Chuck Blake back at Redbird Arena in Normal. Okawville trailing Pana 26-22 at the half. You look at the stats, Chuck, neither team shooting it all that well.
No, but we're even pretty much from the floor. But I do notice one big difference is that we've got a 4-point difference at the free throw line, and there's a 4-point difference on the scoreboard with Pana having 4 more free throws.
You look at the 3-point shooting, both teams 2 for 8, and kind of canceling each other out.
Right, and I think that works right in Pana's favor.
Here's a look at the field goal. The actual field goal percentage for Pana is right at 38%, 35% for Okawville. There's the free throw difference Chuck was mentioning, 6-2 in favor of Okawville. 3-point shooting we already talked about. Rebound edge to Pana, which you would, I guess, expect with the big girls inside, although Chamberlain sat most of that second quarter with foul trouble. 2 blocks for Okawville. There's the turnovers. 8 turnovers for Okawville, 4 of them by their point guard, Katie Hosside.
Right, and then you see the points off of turnovers. Again, the Pana's advantage.
Points in the paint. Pana the edge there, 14-10. 14 of those, all 14 by Julianne McMullen. And she is the leading scorer with 14. Byers a couple of big threes, and that might be a key against that zone.
Right, just trying to make them step out, another step. And really, McMillan doesn't need much.
Katie Hossider with 10. Jill Wolf with 8, the freshman. Such a great story here in the Elite Eight. 26-22, the score at halftime. Pana with the lead over Okawville. Still 16 minutes left to determine who plays Chicago Hope tonight in the state championship game. Back after this local break.
Okawville trailing at the half against Pana, but they're still within shooting distance. 26-22. Of course, Okawville has won 2 state championships under the lady next to me, and that, of course, is Kathy Lanter. Kathy, what did you say in the locker room? Do you keep it low-key, or do they need some fire?
Well, we definitely need some fire. I thought we played without emotion. I didn't think we were very intense. We're going to come out, do what we do well. We're going to pound the ball inside, try to pick up our defense a little bit, and get ourselves back into this ball game.
Can you defend McMillan, or can you just contain her?
Contain. You can't defend a player like that. We just aren't getting on her quick enough. You know, we're not doubling her quick enough, and we better do a better job of that.
Go get him, Kathy.
Thank you.
Let's send it over to Lee Hall and the leather coat wearer, Chuck Blake.
He's got leather. I got suede on today. We're pretty dapper. I know you're green with envy. I think your coat is green, isn't it? Some first half highlights for you. There's Katie Hossider, one of her 2 3-point shots, and there is McMillan. Boy, she is just a ton for Pana inside.
Right,
Real tough to defend.
She's a girl that some college scout's going to take a look at and decide she can play.
And she really did a good job, I thought. And that's just smart basketball. We see Jill Wolf scoring. The one thing that impressed me about McMillan there in the first half, first 2 or 3 times she touched the ball, she turned into the lane. There's 3 girls in that zone. The next 2 times she turned baseline and scored.
Right, she set them up, got that little lean and used that great head fake and got to the basket.
All right, we're about ready to start the second half. Back after this network break. And we are ready to get underway. Okawville and Pana, 16 more minutes of basketball to determine who goes to tonight's state championship game. Again, you can see the 3rd place and championship games right here on the IHSA television network. Hossider with it.
And Kinsey doing her job, too, staying with it.
Bornpole, the lefty, bounces it no good. We haven't heard much from her in this game. Only 1 point for Bornpole. She averages 15.5 a game.
And she took a wicked fall last night, too, so that could be bothering her a little.
Okawville in the zone. Here's McMillan. She gives it back outside, and the 3's no good by Byers.
Of course, Bornpole took a wicked fall early in this game.
Kuhn for 3. She's still 0 for. And a nice follow that time, Aaron Albers on the weak side rebound. Her first basket of the game gets Okawville back within 2. Almost comes up with the steal. And Chamberlain double dribbles.
Cannot bobble, dribble, but bobble. Oh, no, you can bobble, dribble, bobble, but better not do it the other way around.
I'm glad I don't have to say that.
3 times.
Wolf all alone inside.
Now, part of that is just Chamberlain hasn't been in the game for so long. I just don't think she's adjusted defensively yet. Needs to get back into it because she let that girl stand behind her very clearly.
Jill Wolf ties the game. She's in double figures with 10 points. And McMillan wakes Pana from their sluggishness coming out of their locker room. Sluggishness, kind of hard to say too.
I hear they're trying to get that full court pressure on. It just hasn't been real effective here in the first half. I'm sure Coach McVickers talked a little bit about that one.
Inside to Wolf. And she's fouled before the shot by Julianne McMillan. That's her second. I was joking with Jill's dad before the game. She got a master's degree in basketball growing up in that household. Gary McVickers almost at half court calling that timeout. We'll be back. 28-26, Pana back after this local break. From high above Redbird Arena, it's 28-26 Pana with the lead. Tale of two cities. Pana, as we mentioned, on Route 51, 6,500 strong. Christian County, enrollment of 416. They are out of the South Central Conference. Okawville, 1,300 in Washington County down in southwestern Illinois. Their enrollment 250, and they are an independent. As we get the whistle inside.
It's either going to be Chamberlain or McMillan, one or the other, I'm afraid. It's going to be third on someone.
It's on Chamberlain, her third. And we're going to talk a little bit about Okawville being an independent after Bornpole shoots the free throws. 70% free thrower, 1 of 2 at the line. That's her only point. Her only points have been at the line. Hasn't scored yet from the field. Beautiful left-handed form, bounces it in. When you shoot them that pretty, they roll in. Even if you do hit the rim. 28 all. McMillan.
Good left-handed move all the way to the basket.
She's got 18. Inside to Wolf, can't hang on to it that time. They're fronting the post, Pana is, and they have to lob it over to Wolf, and that time it was just a little bit too tall for her.
Right, and Julianne's getting her body on her lower body, and that's what the officials don't pay a lot of attention to, and that's a good way to do it. Puts pressure on her. She can't jump. Wolf can't jump and clear it.
I think Pana might have gotten away with a little bit of a mistake there. Their two post players kind of ran into each other, and they got a whistle against Okawville. It's against Wolf. That's her second. Pana with the ball in a 2-point lead. Kim Byers passes it inside. And now Chamberlain has it blocked, and Wolf gets her with the body. And that'd be 3 on the Okawville freshman.
Coach Leonard wants her to play smart, she said there.
Well, her dad says that's one thing she has struggled with, trying to block shots, and she'll get in foul trouble.
Called being young and eager.
Yeah. Chamberlain with only 2 points in the game so far. Now 3. She averages 13. 62% at the line. Both of those were nice high arching shots, up and in. 4-point lead now for Pana. Hossider takes it herself. Up, good. Will it count? It is. Hossider takes charge.
Coach Leonard still after Wolf.
Fouls on Kinsey, her second.
This is all set up with that first quick step in, gets her body in between the defender and the ball, and just makes a nice shot. Nothing to do about that.
Katie Hossider, 1,700 career points and counting. She misses the free throw. 12 points on the afternoon. Back to a 2-point lead for the Panthers. McMillan steps through and then throws it away. Elise Eason almost caught up to it, but was out of bounds.
She was wide open. If she could have got her the ball, it was going to be a layup.
4:55 left here in the third. And it'll be Okawville ball.
Now here's that full court pressure. Then just keep it up.
Lady Rockets bring everybody into the back court. And Hossider is fouled by Wendy Kinsey.
Coach McVicker says she's out of bounds.
Yeah. That's 3 now on Kinsey. 3 on Kinsey, 3 on Chamberlain for Pana.
That does happen to officials. They're looking for body contact there, and she very well could have stepped up. I guess I agree with coaches. He's probably right.
Shocker.
They can't give me a technical over here.
I'm not so sure they can. Hossider down the lane. Count it.
This is going to be
like a little continuation there. And that's 4 on Wendy Kinsey, the valuable Pana point guard.
This is going to be a mirror of our first replay. And she went left-handed in the basket. She just gets that ball in such a good position. You got to go through her body to get it.
Hossider looks to complete the three-point play, and she does.
Well, this is going to be an adjustment for Pana because McVicker wanted to have Kinsey on her. He's going to have to put her on the bench a while.
McMillan, nice pass to Chamberlain. Contact, no whistle. McMillan gets it back, puts it up. She gets the whistle in the bucket. So strong, Julianne McMillan.
Well, you're right. Physical strength made this happen because she just followed her teammate back to the basket and ended up with the ball.
Amy Albers comes in for the freshman Jill Wolf. And McMillan will try to complete the three-point play. She had a game earlier this year against Piasaw Southwestern. 24 points, 20 rebounds. She's got 21 this afternoon, and it's back to a 2-point lead. Pana answers the three-point play of Hossider with one of their own. Hossider goes to work. Nice screen by Bornpole. Hossider for 3. Short. Okawville gets it back.
It looks like Byers is going to have to do the job that Kinsey was going to be doing.
Hossider kicks. Amy Albers off the mark. McMillan, the rebound. Here she comes. Ahead of the pack. Lays it up. 23 points for Julianne McMillan. She can do it all.
Coach Lander wants timeout. Wants timeout real bad here.
And she gets it, and the Pana crowd erupts. 37-33, they've opened a 4-point lead after Katie Hossider gave Okawville the lead with the 3-point play.
Coach Lander had to go to 2 officials to get that timeout. She chased one down to the baseline and had to turn around and come get the other.
Let's take another look here.
Here's McMillan's weakness. She's going to end this with a right-handed layup where she should have done left-hand, so I don't think we should give her the point.
Well, I was going to say she kind of got her footwork mixed up there and went right at the rim, and the coaches, I'm sure you teach, just go to the side of the rim and lay it up off the glass.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? Go ahead, Jim.
Hey, I'm here with these Pana Panther fans. What's with the horns, or do I want to know?
Oh.
I don't want to know.
You probably don't.
Are you guys going to pull this out?
Oh, yeah, we're pulling it out. We're going all the way. Number 1, baby. Oh, yeah.
I think that's pretty close to a cheesehead, Lee. I'm not sure.
Like a Packer fan and a Viking fan there, but they're all Panther fans, and I just have to pass along this one quick personal note. Pana has a very special place in my heart. I have been a member of the St. Jude Memphis to Peoria run for almost 20 years now. We run from Memphis to Peoria. We go right through Pana on Route 51. The kids there at the pool all summer raise money for St. Jude. We appreciate them. Talked to some of the girls yesterday. They go to the pool parties and help us raise money.
Now you do run, right? You don't
occasionally,
ride.
occasionally.
Less
the older
here.
I get, the less. That's exactly right. Elise Easton picks up the foul there. I always have to say good things about Pana because of what they do for the kids of St. Jude.
Well, somebody has to broadcast that run.
We have. That's how I got started.
Well, that's your job.
They forced me to cover it the first year, and I haven't left. They've been trying to kick me out ever since. Bornpole the miss. She's now 3 of 5 at the line this afternoon. The lefty has only scored from the line. She's got 4. And Okawville will be in the bonus now for the rest of this ball game. 3:28 left, 3rd quarter. Kuhn gets a hand on it. That's Amy Byers, number 12, into the ball game, replacing Kinsey. 37-34. Inside McMillan. Kicks it back out. That went off the mark for Byers. Bornpole looks to score from the field. That's her first field goal of the afternoon.
This came at a nice time for him. And she's a left-handed player and went to the basket strong with that left hand.
McMillan fouled on her way to the hoop.
Now there, Chamberlain drew the double team on the ball side, and McMillan came down the lane late.
And there's Janelle Spearman looking on. She gets the winner of this ball game tonight for the state championship. McMillan rattles in and out. Good shot, though. Good job. She'd driven to the hoops a few times, and that time she held up and tried to show them a little different look. Here's Erin Albers. No good from outside. Chased down. And a foul on Erin Albers. She missed a shot and tried to make up for it, commits the foul instead.
Happens quite often. That kid will be sure that the way to make up for that is go chase the ball down and get a foul. But she's played strong for them the last 2 days here off the bench. Just acts like she knows what she's doing. She's another youngster, and she's just junior.
.230 left, 3rd quarter. And a reach in and a grab on Hossider, and
be Hossider's third.
She doesn't like that. Her third, that's correct. So she's got 3. The starting point guard for Pana, Wendy Kinsey, on the bench with 4. I think Okawville might have tipped it. No.
Well, I don't know. I think it was just a little misunderstanding. Julianne McMillan started to jump for it, thought maybe it was a skip pass, and let it go.
Elise Easton with the pressure and the foul. You can figure just about any contact is going to draw a whistle, it looks like, especially in the open court. You have to adjust to that as a player.
Right. And I thought last night the officials let Pana and Carthage play right down to the end of the game, and I'm hoping these officials will do the same here. This is going to be a good ball game with inside people on both teams.
Katie Hossider, a member of the 2000 state championship team, played as a freshman. Her sister Kelly was also on that squad. And another whistle against the Lady Rockets. Bornpole picks up her third. Coach Lanter gives her opinion from the sideline. Kristen Chamberlain goes to the line. Pana, both teams actually now in the bonus. Kristen 22.6 boards last night. That one's no good, but I think Bornpole touched it last. Pana ball.
Well, that shot didn't look good out of her hand. That hit the side. Lucky to draw any iron at all, and they've got a break here to get the ball back.
1 point game. Pana with the lead and the ball. 2:14 left, third quarter. McMillan handles a tough pass. Goes around the defender, Bornpole, and scores 25 points for McMillan.
If she was 2 inches taller, she'd have a lot of Division I schools looking at her.
Huge shot off the mark. The Panthers bring it with a 3-point lead. Both teams have led by 6 in this ball game. This three up and no good by Byers. Airballs that one, and she'll hear about it from the Okawville fans. Jill Wolf, the freshman who had such a great game last night on the bench with 3 fouls for Okawville here in the third quarter. Bornpole up strong and good.
Nice job of backing her down. Just kept her body in front of the ball and got McMillan to go clear under the basket.
McMillan steps through the double team. Nice give. Chamberlain. Just her second field goal of the day. 41-38 as we approach the 1-minute mark in the third quarter. Elise Easton and Katie Hossider number to number coming down the floor.
We're at 1 minute here, so they're going to go for it or they're going to hold.
They don't have that choice. Byers the steal. Takes it all the way, lays it up and good. The senior with the steal and the layup off the bench, filling in for Kinsey, who's out with foul trouble. Up and off the glass and good. Hossider with 17. 24 seconds left now.
Well, it looks like Payne's going to hold for one. Looks like Okawville's willing to let him. Here's about the time you want the shot, so you have time for an offensive board.
No good. Foul over the back by Easton. Or check that. Kim Byers.
Now see, that's nasty because they're going to walk down to the other end of the floor with 2.1 seconds left on the clock to finish out this quarter. So give coaches gray hairs.
Yeah, if you're aware of the time right there, you can just let that one go because they probably wouldn't have had enough time to get it down the floor and get a shot off. Kristen Beating, number 23, just into the ball game for the first time. Aaron Albers at the line, 65% free thrower, misses that one. Okawville will not get a shot off. End of 3, 8 minutes to go. Pana clinging to a 3-point lead back after this local break. tonight on the IHSA network. Hampshire takes on, I hate to say loser. I hate to say loser, the team that doesn't come out on top here, because
victory challenge.
Nobody in the Elite Eight is a loser. And here is our friend Candace Parker of Naperville Central. Her team's still alive. The Class AA quarterfinals and semis and championship next week. Her brother Anthony, of course, quite a ball player for Bradley University and Peoria.
No, well, they have to beat Naperville North, South, East, and West to make it down.
They just won kind of a controversial sectional final the other night over Nequa Valley, I believe. Shot at the buzzer that was called no good. McMillan travels.
Now that is the first time in 2 days that I've seen her actually lift that pivot foot. She does an excellent job of keeping that foot on the floor normally.
Again, that's Kristen Beaning into the ball game, number 23, 5'11" junior, helping bring the ball up against the Pana pressure. Lauren Cole. Off the loose ball. It's Albers.
I don't know.
Amy Albers with the bucket.
I don't know if that pass was intentional, but it looked nice. I thought maybe it got out of her Von Pole's hand.
We'll give her the benefit of the doubt. McMillan inside, kicks it back out. Chamberlain, 15-footer is good. She's got 8.
And McMillan was drawing serious double team down low while she took that.
Okawville down 3. Ossider off the mark. McMillan another rebound. She's in double figures now with 10. That's 13 double-doubles, double-figure scoring and rebounding this season for Julianne McMillan.
You're a wealth of information.
But poor in so many other ways.
Yeah, if you could turn that into gold, you'd have something.
Pana retains possession here with a 3-point lead. Inside McMillan, single coverage that time, just like in football. She didn't have to double team.
So I think McMillan and Chamberlain read one another so well. That high-low, the last time, remember, Chamberlain shot. That time she fed.
Albers, that's Erin Albers' shot off the mark. Older sister of Amy. A 5-point lead. Pana's biggest was 6. That was back in the second quarter. Chamberlain open and fouled. She'll go to the line. That's Erin Albers with her 3rd foul.
Just remember that Chamberlain sat quite a bit of that first half, and she's just finding a groove right now.
Chamberlain 2 of 3 at the line this afternoon. She put up 35 on Vandalia back in the regular season. So it's a double threat for the Panthers.
That was one short of my career.
Your entire career? Hey, at least you had a career. Some of us didn't. At least not at varsity. My career went downhill in a hurry. Started the first game of my freshman year and got cut as a sophomore. It's a sad, sad tale. I won't bore you with any more details. 6-point lead now, matches the biggest of the game for either team. McMillan.
Great move. Little baby hook out of that.
29, her season high, 35 against Salem. And an 8-point lead is the biggest of the game. Inside, Wolf into the game, and she scores. The freshman. Just her 2nd basket of the second half. Chanel Kuhn back into the ball game.
All right, they're just trying to get a little slap on that shot, and it just didn't work. It's almost like you got to let her have that shot after she gets him.
I was talking to some of her freshman teammates. They miss her. They weren't nearly as good. They won a state title last year, went 33-0 as 8th graders, and the freshmen miss her. But they say she has really gotten better, and she's just a ball of fun to be around. 5 minutes left in this game.
That wouldn't be like my wife ran away with my best friend and I miss him. That's not like, no.
3-point play for Wolf. She's got 13 now. What a tournament she's having as a freshman. Turned into the defense and travels. 50-45. Pana with the lead. This IHSA broadcast brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
The excitement level is just outstanding. We've had great community support. We went to our super sectional game. We had over 800 fans there. The community's really excited about it. But we started together. This is my first year, and we started, ironically, on this floor last summer. And we kind of got together and set our goals to get back here, and we fulfilled our dreams and our goals to finish our season here.
How about that? How about that? His first business with the team was last summer in a camp right here on this floor. And he told the ISU coaching staff, we think we've got a good chance of getting back here. Shooting percentages have come up a little bit, at least inside the three-point arc. Oh, that's not for the game. That's actually for the season. 50-45 with 4:43 to play.
Coach Byers is, our coach McVickers is watching right now, I think trying to judge whether or not he wants to.
Okawville goes for the bomb,
back into
and
the ball
McMillan steps in and intercepts it. A couple of football terms. She had single coverage last time down the floor, and then that time she comes up with the interception. Turnaround jumper short.
What I was stumbling over is he wants to get Kinsey back in this ball game. He was talking to her, and he's got her at the bench now.
Hossider, no good on the layup. And here come the Panthers in transition. McMillan will pull it back out. Probably not a bad idea with a 5-point lead. They'll work a little clock, not stalling, but just taking their time.
Really pulled McMillan away from the basket.
Okawville now in the man-to-man. McMillan, nice move.
That's why. Pull her away and bring her back, and it was very hard to double team him.
31 points for Julianne McMillan. She's getting some Division I looks already. SIU Edwardsville is interested, but if she has the kind of tournament she's having, she's going to get more interest in that.
There's another example of using her body to keep Wolf from being able to jump. She was fronting her, but she wasn't giving Wolf any distance. She was right on her with her legs.
And good help on the backside by Chamberlain. 3:30 left. 7-point Pana lead. The winner gets Chicago Hope for the state championship. Chamberlain turns into the lane, and she's fouled by Bornpole. That's 4 on the Okawville junior.
Coach.
Now let's check out now some sounds of the game.
That was a hard hit.
That's going to leave a mark. Chamberlain 3 of 5 this afternoon at the line. Hits another one. She's now in double figures after scoring only 2 in the first half.
Here's what Coach McVickers wants. He wants Kinsey back in here, and he knows that he's going to have to put pressure on Hossider. She's going to be the key to any success that Okawville wants to have.
Big hand for senior Amy Byers. The reserve came in and really filled in admirably. Easy for me to say.
You got to start getting those teeth fitted. You can't order them.
54-45. That's the biggest lead of the ball game.
I should talk.
These are just rentals. I got to get them back by the end of the night.
That Undertaker friend of yours, Caleb.
Okawville needs to make a run here. Kuhn gets the roll.
Nice job. You needed that. Keep that score 7-5, and you can attack.
And Kuhn almost comes up with the big steal. Contact. And they say it's Okawville ball.
Well, half of the crowd agrees with that.
Kerry McVickers says no, it's Pana ball. Now the officials will talk it over. No, they won't. It's Okawville ball, Coach. A concerned Kathy Lanter on the Okawville sideline, down 7. By no means out of it. They go inside, and it's a clear out on Kuhn. So no basket. Let's take another look.
Yeah, I'm saying Kuhn got her body on Pana girl first.
She's got a little bit of size on Kim Byers, too.
The Byers sold it. She went to the ground.
First one is up and good. 55-47 now. And Kim Byers makes them both. Just 9 of 17 at the line on the season coming into this game. She puts it back to a 9-point lead for Pana.
So Coach McVickers looking at that scoreboard. He'd probably love to have double figures right here if he could get it.
And this whistle goes against Byers.
Now here's what I know. I was sure that Wendy Kinsey was going to be back in on Sider, but he's not done that. He's kept her away from her for the time being.
2 shots for Janelle Kuhn, 65% free thrower. And she bounces it in. She plays golf, and she's third baseman on the softball team as well.
I'm going to guess she can throw it across the infield. She's a strong girl.
She makes both free throws.
Oh. Chamberlain just about threw that behind.
Yeah. Okawville back within 7. 2:20 left. A couple of threes, though, and they're right back in it. Kuhn tries to come up with another steal. A lot of contact, and the whistle's going to go against Pana. It's on Byers. We've seen a lot of those whistles today on contact, and Kuhn made a little contact that time and got away with it. That's 4 now on Byers.
You're going to see Kuhn come over the top here first, and then Byers is going to get the foul. Yep.
So Kuhn back at the line. The sophomore reserve knocks in another one. Amy Byers checks in for Wendy Kinsey. Kuhn can make it a 5-point game, and she does. No easy ones here today. Hope led by, what, 12, 13, 15
right,
in the first game against Hampshire.
Couldn't get those free throws down, and Hampshire made quite a run on it.
The Lady Whips took them right down to the wire.
I think we're going to get a timeout here at Coach McVickers.
That foul's on Lake. Pana will go to the free throw line when we come back. 2:11 left. Pana by 5. Back after this network break. This copyrighted broadcast is presented for the exclusive entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of this program without the express written consent of the Illinois High School Association and cost broadcast sales is strictly prohibited. 2:11 left in this one at Redbird Arena. Lee Hall, Chuck Blake, state semifinal action. Pana, a 5-point lead, 56-51. 31 points today for Julianne McMillan. 300 career rebounds coming into this game, 1,500 career points, a school record. And she was just named first team IBCA All-State today.
That first, second, third team is a who's who who's been on the floor here this weekend.
Elise Easton at the line for Pana.
That makes Coach Vickers feel a little better. He was, a minute and a half ago, he was sitting in a 9-point lead. I know he was looking to go double figures, and then it kind of willed it on him.
Easton, a 5'6" junior, makes them both.
Maybe that's why he installed her about a minute ago, because she can make the free throws.
2 big free throws. Just 8 of 23 at the line coming into today. Here's Kuhn. She's gotten hot in the 4th quarter. Missed that one, though. 2 minutes left. And the foul on Okawville's Kristen Beanie. Reserve junior scored 9 points. How's this for production? She scored 9 points in 9 minutes last night. 3 straight threes during that 18-point run to put away Iroquois West. She picks up her first foul and sends McMillan to the line. 3 of 3 there. Now 4 of 4. You put that with the 11 in a row she made last night. That's 15 straight.
You have all this information. What's the state record?
Well,
for
I don't know. I don't know. Might have to look that up.
I don't know either, but I bet it's good.
60 to 51. Kuhn doing it all here in the 4th quarter, but she can't get that one to go.
She's doing a nice job of attacking from outside to inside. She just didn't get the roll on the last 2 shots.
Well, let me tell you, Mr. Blake, she's got the record. The state final tournament, Class A, was 10 in a row. She broke it last night.
And we didn't even have an award ceremony for her yet. Well, here we go with 2 big ones here. Because this could be that double-figure lead again.
That's 5 on the freshman Jill Wolf. She fouls out with 13 points. I have a feeling, and I was kidding with her freshman teammates before the game, remember me when I come to interview you in a couple of years when you guys are back, because she has what it takes to bring this team back down here.
Right. And then they have all these other sophomores and juniors. I think they're going to be a force the next couple years. And again, they play that independent schedule that Coach Lantern talked about, that she'd put her schedule up against anybody in the state, and she probably should. It's a fine schedule for an independent team.
It was an exciting Friday here in Redbird Arena. Chicago Hope, #1 in the state, just holding off unbeaten Riverton. They played a whale of a ball game, just came up short. Hampshire over a determined Decatur St. Teresa team. They had a shot to tie it in the air at the buzzer, but it was no good. The Whippers moved on. Really, the only game that wasn't close yesterday, Okawville over Iroquois West, 67-45. And Pana held off Carthage, 64-58 at the finale last night. Earlier today, it was Chicago Hope getting past the Lady Whips. So tonight, Hampshire will take on, it looks to be Okawville tonight at about 6:30, and that'll be followed by the state championship with Hope and Pana, unless things change here drastically in the final 128.
Was that St. Teresa Hampshire game where your goofy color commentator thought it was a 4-point lead instead of a 3 on that last shot? So they got her one. I'm usually in the Bob Euchre seats. I'm not used to the scoreboard being directly above me. I didn't read it.
Well, you're a history teacher. That whole math thing probably confuses you.
2 shots.
Chamberlain, the junior, at the line. Was 4 of 10 at the line last night, but she's been good there today. Now 6 of 8.
And there as a coach, you're looking at that. There's that double-figure lead, 10 points. Looks nice. Figure you can stand a few threes and still be in the lead.
61-51, biggest lead of the ball game.
They're going to get her for you.
Oh, and just when Okawville didn't want the call, they get it. Outsider's 3 went in, but it doesn't count. They'll have to earn 2 at the line instead.
Should have a rule, no take. Now, I wasn't sure that wasn't going to go the other way, that might be on Easton. She did push through it.
It was
on Easton. I'm sorry. It was on Easton, yeah. But it stopped the 3, so it worked out fine.
Yeah. In that case, the whistle worked to Payne's advantage, and Borncole can't convert on the free throw. Both teams with 15 makes at the line. Second one's no good. Albers couldn't get it to go. And the clock is the enemy of the Lady Rockets right here. 1:10 left.
Kim Byers was down the floor all alone waving her hand, but I'm sure Coach McVickers didn't even want that ball thrown down there. He wants to go to the free throw line.
And Amy Byers will go to the line.
That's where you heave the ball down the floor and it goes out of bounds.
Amy Byers, only 4 free throw attempts coming into today. All season long, she made 2 of them. It may not matter, though.
On the line. I think some officials live to make that call, just to take that moment of joy away from and get that free throw down.
Now that doesn't happen. Your coaching bias is starting to come out. 1 minute left. Hossider's 3, sure, she says. I make one, you guys call a foul, and I miss one, but now they'll go to 3-point play the old-fashioned way, perhaps. Erin Albers the follow. Fouls on Julianne McMillan, her 3rd. It'll send Erin Albers to the line. 0 of 1 there today. Final score won't be indicative of how this.
I don't think Julianne's going to give that ball up. She wants to be fouled. He's not going to throw that ball if she thinks she can be fouled.
And Coach McVickers told us before the game, she's got the green light. She can bring it up the floor. And that's 5 now on Bethany Bornpole.
Bornpole's favoring her leg. I think she was bothered most of the day from an injury she got last night. She just seemed like a step slow most of the afternoon.
She fouls out with 8 points and doesn't like what she sees if she looks up at the scoreboard. Julianne McMillan now 6 of 6 at the line. And
there it went.
62-53.
I don't think they're too worried about it right now if they can just get a rebound or 2.
Long 3 by Albers is no good, and now the foul will send Amy Byers to the line. With 40 seconds to go. So it looks like it'll be up to Pana to represent downstate tonight and take on the #1 team in the state and the only public league team still alive, we might add, Chicago Hope.
Well, Okawville just doesn't have much time. They're just going to have to get the ball down the floor and get shots up, and I think Coach Lanner's got as many 3 shooters in the game as she can muster right now.
63-53, 10-point edge for Pana, and it's all over but the shouting right now.
This is where you just want to go out and guard that 3-point line. You're almost willing to give them 2s.
Hossider, what a tough player she is. Can't get that one to go. No quit in her. Up, and will they count it? Beaning with the basket. Kristen Beaning, reserve junior, will go to the line to try and complete the 3-point play.
No, we got 4 fouls on 3 Pana girls, but again, it's probably academic now.
Beaning will go to the line, 4 of 9 at the stripe this season. And it's 63-56.
Nope, she's a guard now. She's not going to be a forward or a center. She's going to be a guard.
We're going to put on a dribbling display here as time runs out.
She's not exactly Curly Neal, but she's not bad.
And the Pana crowd on its feet. And McMillan throws the ball into the air. Pana going to the state championship. Kerry McVickers in his first season with Pana, but this is 22 years of varsity coaching, and he's going to his first state championship game as a head coach?
Well, he's just an interesting guy. He's fun to talk to, and I'm sure he's thrilled, and he's living his dream.
His son, Ryan, went to the state championship game for Pana in 2001. They finished second. The ladies hope to improve on that tonight, but they'll have a tough task against Chicago Hope, who is oh so quick.
So how long do you think he'll get to enjoy this before he sits down to reality? He's got to devise something for this evening.
I bet when he's done talking to Albrecht and then he's done talking to his team, that's when it'll begin. Not a lot of time to enjoy it, and of course you feel for the Okawville girls. Played so well, and they dropped to 24-11 with the loss. They'll play in the third place game. Jim Albrecht, let's go over to you.
Thank you, gentlemen. The stage is set for the championship, and of course this young lady had a lot to do with it. Julian McMillan with all of 34 points, clearing the glass. Are you sure you don't want to be a point guard?
Yeah, we have good point guards, so there's no need for me to be a point guard.
Now, you had a 35-point career high, but this is with the lights on. This is with everybody watching. You seemed unstoppable.
It feels good. We played really well as a team, and that's all that matters, is that we played well as a team.
Do you feel you'll have to play even better tonight against Chicago Hope, because they're very tough inside and they're going to be a challenge?
Yeah, they're big and they're fast, and it's going to be a tough challenge. We're going to have to step it up big time in order to win tonight.
Well, Julian, thank you so much for proving that you're human. You actually missed a free throw. I was just wondering.
And yeah, I blame it on Colin Zuber. He yelled as soon as I shot that ball and I missed it, but that's all right.
Julian, great game. We'll talk to your coach.
Thanks.
She'll be back tonight to take on Chicago Hope, and of course Carrie McVickers, first year at Pana. And here you are. You're close to the promised land.
It's been a great run. I've got fantastic kids. They got huge hearts. They come to play every single minute of the games. And our deal this whole year has been, you know, we're going to play hard for 32 minutes. And if anybody wants to, if somebody can beat us in those 32 minutes, we'll take our hats off to them. But we're going to come and play you. About 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, I had to give them a little extra love. And I don't know if you noticed that. But just kind of, I thought we came out a little bit sluggish. And we'd worked too hard to get that 4-point lead at half. And there's just sometimes, you know, you need a little loving from the coach to get you playing a little harder, and I think that kind of spurred them on.
You delivered that love at about mid-court. Is that unusual for you? You didn't want anybody sitting down, did you?
Well, and when I meet them at mid-court, they know they're going to get some loving. They know that means coach is mad, that we're going to get a little chewing, but you know, some games we just have to have that, and it's about 1 every 10, and today was one of those days we needed, but I thought they responded to it, and that's what Charlie's looking for. But from a team, and again, because they're such great kids, they knew what was going on at that time, that their coach cared an awful lot about them. We'd worked too hard the first half, and let's don't let this slip away.
Okawville wanted to pound the ball inside. That's how they got down here, and you pretty much denied it. I mean, you stayed on them and made it difficult.
Well, you know, as I've scouted them, they are so big inside. They can shoot the three. They've got a great point guard. I mean, they've got it all to win a state tournament. And, you know, coming into this game, though, we respect all and fear none. And I said, you know, we're going to pick them up at the bus door and play them full court, man-to-man. And, again, you know, if they can take it for 32 minutes and they beat us, we'll take our hats off to them.
Is the pressure on Chicago Hope tonight? They're rated #1. They're supposed to win this thing, but we all know it's a game. That's why you play it. So how do you feel about facing a team like that with so much athletic ability?
Oh, well, we're relishing in the moment. We're so happy to be in the championship game, but we came down here to win the tournament. We didn't come down to be happy to be in the Final 8 or want to get to the Final 4. I mean, we came down to play in the championship game and win it.
Well, he's got his wish. Tonight he takes on Chicago Hope. Coach, we'll see you tonight for the championship.
You guys, thank you so much. Love it.
Carrie McVickers, the head coach, of course, of Pana. They are there, so is Chicago Hope. And we're back after these local messages.
Final score for Harbor in Michigan. It was Illinois 82, Michigan 79.
Huh?
And welcome back to Redbird Arena in Normal on the campus of Illinois State University. The Pana Lady Panthers hold off Okawville 63-56. It'll be Pana and #1 Chicago Hope tonight for the state championship. Let's talk a little bit about this game, Chuck. Boy, that score, even though it was 7, it was much closer than that, and you have to take your hats off to both teams, really.
Right, it was contested. This ball game was played hard. Those kids in that locker room know both teams know they were in a ball game.
Julianne McMillan, I mean, what more can you say about her? I mean, 34 points, she did it all. She brought it up. She had 17 rebounds, now we see. I mean, that's a double-double for the ages.
Well, I had just met Coach McVickers on Thursday evening, had not even had a chance to see Julianne McMillan, and his comment was she's a horse. And I guess a thoroughbred is what she is, because she can do so much for them. Well, you saw at the end of the ball game, she's handling it out front, you know, and I stand by this. If she was a little bit bigger, there'd be some big-time Division I schools looking at her, because she knows what she's doing on a basketball floor.
How do you see that matchup tonight? Pana, #6, up against #1 Chicago.
Right. Well, what's the old saying? You're going to have to dance with who brung you. So I can't see Coach McVickers changing a whole heck of a lot. He's probably going to have to play the way he thinks they got here, and that's probably going to be full court pressure defense and rebound the ball. On the other hand, Hope's not going to change anything either. They're going to run up and down that floor, and they're going to look to drive the lane as they've been doing the whole tournament, and either shoot with those guards or kick it off for layups. So you would think that Pana would do their best to stop that, and then maybe give up some things on the outside to start with and just see how it goes.
Well, let's take a look at what happened earlier today here at Redbird Arena. Semifinal action. That shot always makes me dizzy. Chicago Hope 63-58. Again, they led that game by as many as 15, but the Whippers, the Lady Whips, and head coach Milt Awe, they would not give up. They scratched and clawed and got back in that game and took Hope right down to the wire. And then it's Pana, the Lady Panthers, over Okawville 63-56. Coming up tonight, we'll see at 6:30, Hampshire and Okawville. And I always say about that third place game, anybody can get up for a state championship game. You really have to have a lot of heart to get up for that third place game. State championship game, Chicago Hope and Pana, right around 8:15 here on the IHSA network. And we hope you'll join us for both those contests here tonight from Redbird Arena. For Chuck Blake and our crew here in Normal, so long and have a pleasant afternoon. We'll see you tonight. Chicago Hope, #1 in the state, going for the state title here tonight.